unboxing is Santiago Saw Things Differently. Santiago Ramon y Cajal, artist, doctor, father of neuroscience. It is from MIT Kids Press, which I didn't even know about because, like MIT is like my neighbor, like one town over. And I didn't even realize they had a children's publishing company. I feel like it might be new or just it's new to me. It's one or the other. I'm not quite sure. It's by Christine Iverson and illustrated by Luciano Lozano. And I feel like neuroscience is this thing that is super popular. Like when I was visiting colleges with my daughter, like 2019, 2018, they, sometimes like in the big, presentation, they'll ask kids like, oh, what are you thinking about studying? And there were always so many kids who said like neuroscience. And I was like, that's so specific. Like what's up with that? And then my daughter was like, oh, it's because of a TV show. I don't remember which one. But she's like, yeah, everyone's really into this TV show. It's like a medical drama. And now everyone wants to be neuroscience is super in. And I was like, oh, that's so interesting. Like it reminds me of like in the 80s, like when LA Law was like this huge, huge show. And like I grew up near LA, and then everyone wanted to be a lawyer because they thought like it's like these beautiful people, glamorously dressed, that just sit around in conference rooms and talk, and everything's so interesting. And then they go into the courtroom, and their life is so exciting. And then it turns out like law's actually not really like that, but maybe neuroscience is. But anyway, I digress. So neuroscience apparently is not that new. If young Santiago is the father of neuroscience and a Nobel Prize winner who discovered neuronal patterns with his pencil and a microscope. So just from the illustrations, it just seems like this was a long time ago, like almost like at least 100, if not more, years ago. That could not be true, but that's just my impression from the illustration style and the paper. But maybe we'll know when he was born. He's an artist, but his dad wants him to become a doctor. That's a tale as old as time, isn't it? But then when he studies science, he uses his artistic streak and sees things differently. And his artistic talent combined with science gave him the insight to study, kind of just make these discoveries in neuroscience. So I'm hoping that there's a end matter that says how old, like oh yes, okay, 1888, yes, okay. This book then does such a great job conveying that this is, like not a recent discovery. What is that, 100, like 40, 50 years ago? Which, who knew, right? And I didn't know he got a Nobel Prize. I've never heard of him, actually. I kind of love those kinds of, hidden figures in history. So, Santiago, and he is growing up in Valencia. Is that Spain? Is that where he's from? I'm not quite sure. But another person to add to scientists that have changed the world. So thank you to MIT Kids Press for sending me this book, and thank you for watching.